What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I'm out here in a campground tonight. I'm gonna do another overnight campground camping type of situation. I've got some really cool amenities that I think are really gonna make for a super luxurious glamping type of situation. Would have loved to bring Monty back out on this one. I know people will ask about it. Unfortunately, it is gonna get down into like the upper to mid 30s tonight. Monty's just, he's a bit old to tolerate that kind of cold. I don't want to put him in a situation where he's uncomfortable. This is an absolutely glorious fall day. The leaves are changing. It's just so super pretty, crisp autumn air. I've got this really pretty valley behind me back here. It should be great. Now it is a Saturday. Unfortunately, just due to some scheduling stuff, this was the only time I could get out, and I didn't have the luxury of waiting until Monday or Tuesday to get out and shoot. The good thing is I found a campground where there are only a couple people with reservations. I waited until the last minute to book it on purpose so I knew who was going to be there and who wouldn't. There's 2 group campsites and they're quite a ways around the corner over here, so I should have this big huge section with all of the individual campground all to myself. The only bummer about the situation is we do have a road right over here. Hopefully the highway noise isn't too bad for people. I'll do my best to try to shoot around it. So this video is sponsored by Bluetti. We'll get into more about that later. I'm gonna make the absolute most of this. I might get a chance to do a little fishing. I'm gonna build a nice fire. We might hike a few trails. I got a great dinner to cook. Got some great beers to drink. We're just gonna take it all in, live in the moment, and enjoy nature. But before I do any of that, I've gotta take a little nip off of the old banana flask. Woo. That is smooth. That is good old-fashioned bullet bourbon. All right, everybody, without further ado, let's get into it. What in the heck is this thing? Well, I guess you're gonna have to stay tuned to find out, huh? Traffic noise is really bugging me, but every time I complain about it to the camera, all the viewers say that they can't hear it, so we'll hope for our best and keep our fingers crossed. Right over here is a parking area, so I don't actually get to keep my car directly on the campsite, but I can walk to my car in 20 seconds, and I've basically got every single thing that I need right here. We're gonna get the whole entire campsite set up, and then we'll see what we have time for. I have a few different activities that I'd like to do today if I have time for it. As for the Bluetti sponsorship, what I'm gonna be doing today is I'm using the Hands-Free 2 to power this mini fridge overnight, roughly 15, 16 hours or so. Now later tonight, it is gonna get very cold. Like I said, it's gonna be into the 30s, so that food will keep even if this thing dies. So this is a test without a ton riding on it, but it's nice to test this power station out and see if it works. It was at 100 when I turned it on. We'll see how much juice is left when it's done in the morning. Bluetti Hands-Free 2 is meant to be integrated into this all-in-one backpack system. It's actually meant to do some actual real backpacking with this thing, but you can see I've got my GoPro on the outside. I got my backup tripod here with these straps. You got some MOLLE webbing and a bunch of extra little compartments. I've got all of my batteries and everything here. This will give you a little bit better of a look of what we're working with here. So you can see I've got my drone in here. I've got my wildlife camera here. I take a whole separate camera. I've got another spot for the main camera that's up here on the tripod filming currently. You got straps down here for a tent or whatever you want to put, sleeping bag, whatever you want to put down here. Multiple different compartments. Bada bing, you got a lot. You've got this compartment where the big power station can go. And a very important point and why it's called what it's called is because you can charge everything hands-free. So while you're hiking and you have a backpack on, you can charge your camera, you can charge your drone, you can charge a laptop, you can charge a ton of stuff. The hands-free 2 power system has 512 watt-hours of total power. The unit itself has an AC port, which is what the refrigerator is plugged into in the back. And then on this side, we have 2 USB-C 100 watt plugs. We've got 2 regular USB-A 15 watt ports, and then also DC port for car charging or solar panel type of charge. In conclusion, what I'd like to say is if you need a ton of power that is packaged into a very portable unit that comes with an all-in-one backpacking system, this is going to be a great fit for you. One other aspect before I forget that I think could be super useful for this thing is if you needed to bring a sleep apnea machine with you. And I have a ton of people in my comments talking about how they take sleep apnea machines when they go camping. You can check the link in my description and the pinned comment if you want to learn more. Once again, thank you so much to Blue Eddy for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back into it. So this thing does have tile points and stakes and all that you can do to it, but generally I find it's not really that necessary. Alright, so the tent is obviously way too close to the fire pit, so we're going to see about move this a little bit. Yep. This sucker down for that. See if we can get all the way back up over here. Ta-da! That's pretty cool. Alright, I think we're still a bit close here in terms of being close to that fire pit. I might get away with that, but better safe than sorry. That's what I love about this tent. And that should be good, I think. I think that'll do it. Okay. Now, I do have a picnic table behind me, so I could use that too. But I find that it's really fun to bring your own table and chairs and kind of set your own campsite up, you know, in the way that that you would if there's nothing around. So I'm going to leave the, obviously I'll use the picnic table somewhat, but I'm going to try to get a setup of my own going as well here. And I will be trying out this, that's what it says on the bag. My friend Claire recommended this brand to me. And this is a cot, but it's a little bit more of like a backpacking style. I haven't had the chance to test this out. I put it together, but I haven't slept on it. So if I really have to, I'll just sleep with my sleeping mat right on the floor. It's not a problem. But it's just fun to test this stuff out. Okay. Yep. There's a lot in that little package there. Donatello. Okay, let's just get these legs on here. Okie dokie. Oh yeah. Oh man, that feels good on my back. Oh, yep, that's comfortable. I'll give it that. I think I basically got the hang of getting the legs to kind of snap into place there. I think I basically got it figured out. The thing is, the reason I would have this in any kind of a, you know, as opposed to the other one Tigris, kind of tan colored one that you see me use before, the reason I would use this is because I could actually take this out in like a backpacking or like a winter camping, like where I was dragging a sled and doing like a hot tent, you know. This is a lot more compact and lightweight than that one is. But when it is freezing outside and you have to struggle with something and you need like fine motor skills like that, is super challenging. It is really challenging. So we'll see. The jury's out. Maybe I'll still try it again. You know, I'll try this out in a future video, but I'm on the fence about using this, you know, January, February, super cold time periods. This is the Xped 5R. There you go. That's what I'm using. And unless something better comes along, I'll probably be using this in a lot of the winter here. Oh, goodness sakes. Get out of here. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, catch you guys later. I'm taking a snooze. This has definitely been my favorite pillow. I have had a serious problem with trying to find pillows that actually hold up and don't deflate. This one's cheap, and I've been using it a ton, and it has not popped on me or leaked. It's got like a felt kind of lining. It's very comfortable. I'm doing the Storm Law 15 degree from Outdoor Vitals. This is a top quilt, so I'm trying this out and trying to get used to it here. I'll show you how this works. Okay, so it's got these straps, and you put those in there like that, and then again over here, and there again. And then what you do is you take your old straps here, and you go around, bada bing, and bada bing. We'll just give this a test run here. So what you meant to do is it's basically like a blanket that is strapped onto your sleeping pad, and it's slightly more lightweight than a sleeping bag. And then here's our pillow. And the idea is you can kind of move your top half around a little more, and you know, we'll see. We'll see how we like it. We'll see how we like it. I think that's how you do it. So you can kind of shift like this. And with a sleeping bag, it can be kind of a pain, and the sleeping bag will kind of shift. This is meant to kind of stay like this. It's basically like a blanket. It's meant to stay in place. So, yeah, anyhow. Enough of that. Okay. So now it's time to show off this monstrosity here. And then this comes up, and then this comes up. Look at that. I'm definitely going to get a hike in. We'll see if I get some fishing in. But I do want to get my firewood kind of ready before it gets completely dark. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to work on that. There, that's how that's meant to go, like that. There we go. Beauty. I'm gonna have myself a tea or a brew, as they like to call it in jolly old England. There are a few of these English YouTubers that I like to watch. There is Simon, Bloke in the Woods. There is Kent Survival. Those two do videos together all the time. Really like, forget his name, but his channel is called East Anglian Bushcraft, and he is just like an absolute blast to watch. Camping with Josh, it's an up and coming channel. He just had a nice big video with a ton of views on it. But he makes some good stuff as well. If you like watching camping stuff and you haven't heard of these people, and you want to see what they're up to over in England, hey, tell them Sam Banana said hi. Alright, so yeah, I'm having a heck of a time with that firewood machine. My card was working fine, but then it just times out. I tried another card, that one isn't working, so I don't know what the heck is going on with it. But I'm going to collect some down wood and use my little chainsaw. I'll be quick about it because there's other campers in the area. It's still very early in the day though, so yeah, so we'll make quicker work of this, and then we'll get on to the next step, and I'll show you what that is as soon as we're done. Yeah. So just barely off the path here, we got something on the ground. Bada bing. This should do it here. Beauty. So there is zero chance that we are going to need more firewood than this. Just go ahead and get it all done now. right, well, got the pole here. Just leaving the car back there. And sun is getting ready to set here. So I got my headlamp with me. I don't think I have too much of a problem because it's 2-3 minute walk over this way is a nice little lake, or supposed to be. And yep, tried tossing that guy in a couple times, you know, not expecting to catch anything, but gotta get out there and try here and there, don't I? It's fun either way. Unfortunately, I fell when I was crossing that thing, and I broke the handle on the spinning wheel, but I can still kind of, it'll work for a couple casts here. Whoa! Did you see that? So I'm not sure if I explained it exactly correctly, but I was climbing over this to get over here, and I slipped on some of these rocks. You know, just fell down, no big deal, but snapped the handle off of the doggone thing. So it's all right. The whole reel was only 30 bucks, so it's not gonna break the bank. Okay, so one criticism I will give to this system is it'd be nice to have some type of a igniter on this. You actually have to hold a lighter or a match up to it. It's not the end of the world, but it would definitely be an improvement. Oh, I don't think I covered why I had a wrist brace on. I'm wearing a, let's see if you can see it, wearing a knee brace too. I think it's tendonitis, basically. It's just overuse, you know, just exerting it. Plus, on top of that, I've been trying really, really hard this whole year to get into shape. So, you know, I'm not a captain fitness or anything, but got a gym membership that I try to keep up on regularly, and appreciate everybody, you know, who mentioned, you know, that I lost some weight and stuff. That means a lot. Thank you, all of you in the comments, who you know, gave me some encouragement in that way. Well, it was a fun time fishing, but I think it's dinner time. Let's do it. I put too much oil in there, obviously. So yeah, it was just popping, crack-a-lacking everywhere. Jeez. I dumped some of that oil into the fire pit. I'll drain some of that oil. That's as low as the heat will go. Okay. Those are starting to look pretty good. Well, on this week's episode of What Did Sam Forget? I forgot the shells. So, what would you call this? Let me know in the comments what you call fajitas with no shells. I will tell you right now, there are worse things in life. We're not going to complain about that. It wouldn't be a Sam Bananas video if I didn't forget something. That is all right. Everybody always says, not a Sam Bananas video if it doesn't rain. It's not a Sam Bananas video if I don't forget something. Right, I'm going to finish this up and check back with you guys in a few. Can you see me? Can you see me? Okay. Oh, yeah. Last person left. A bunch of, like, paper towels and junk in here. I did throw my, like, onion pieces and stuff. That's okay. I'm going to crack a beer. Because nothing goes together quite as well as fire making and alcohol. The nice thing about their firewood is it's always really nice and seasoned and it goes up super, super fast. So we'll just do a couple pieces here for a nice little platform. Ooh, like it. I like it. Bada bing. I just realized there was no need for me to bring that table. I would trade that table for some tortilla shells. Oh man, that is comfy. I'm not gonna lie, that is comfy. Good night, everybody. Well, the Blue Eddy held up at over 50% overnight. It might possibly be capable of charging that mini fridge for 2 days. It would be right on the line for sure. Well, I'm just going to enjoy this coffee here. Take in the surroundings and have a nice little moment of peace before I hit the trail. Or hit the road, I guess. that is campsite all packed up. Car's all loaded up. Fire's out. Got everything together. This was a really fun one. I definitely enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who watches the channel. You all make it possible for me to do this. If you liked what you saw today and you'd like to see more, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click that banana. We're gonna catch you on the next one, everybody. Bye. I'll do my best to try to. Whoops. Hot. Oh my God.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba.